wheel to cut with on. Tighten it up. Turn it on. I'm going to take this rim off. It tilts, and then you speed it up. It has 2 mag limits. It'll stop right there. I'm trying to find the air line down here at the bottom. I'm going to load up another rim. Okay, so that's how it loads. Tilt it. This would be the position that you would unload it with a tire on it. Sometimes you do a little bit of work on the backside, or you can polish it right here. Polish it here. And then get the angle right, polish it on the other side. You're able to turn the table at about 8 hertz, and this is about 1.5 speed right here. You're able to tilt it real slow or quickly. And if you have a spot that you need to work on, that's full speed, on, off, on. And that would be a lower speed right here. Look down here, that's the gearbox that tilts it. Got an idler, that's a Nord from Wisconsin. The magnetic limit switches, they're adjustable, they go in that box right there, and it's about to stop. This is a 10 horsepower 3-phase, if you could look back here. And inside of this box would be the Hitachi. Right down Hitachi, so we can come over here and look at it. Okay, the controls here, this is for the air to lock the tire down. Right now it's up and it's loose. It's loose. You wanted to tighten it, pull it down. When you loosen it, the air is going to come out. Positive pressure. It's got that big 8-inch ram on here, 3-inch in diameter. These will lock the rims, or if the tire's on it, you could push it up and catch the top lip, push the tire up and catch the rim, or you ordinarily use this. And when you do, you would load the heavy tire and rim from the back side. You'd roll it up in there. Roll it up in there, put the tire on there, and then flatten it back down. Center it up, and you pull the pressure down and would chuck it. We're at 100 hertz, it's rotation. This is what normally 60 hertz would be, and it slows down to 8 hertz. You want to tilt it slowly to polish, or you want to turn it up fast to load it or move it around. It's got a Nord gearbox on the bottom from Wisconsin. From over there tilts the table. When you receive the machine, there's 4 bolts like this. On each piece, there's 2 pieces, 4 bolts there. You'll line it up with about 3 inches in the middle. It's a little bit too much space. It needs to be about 3-4 inches. And then all you'll do is right here, there's a center mark. You'll work off of that. You might be a little bit a 1/2 inch or 1 inch off to the side, to your preference, how you want to polish them. That's the boom block. Okay, the belts that turn it, there's 3 of them. They're an AX series, so they'll grab real good. It's got an idler right here to keep the belt vibration since they're so long quiet. It's got a 10 horsepower, 3-phase electric motor, North American Electric. You can get a 15 horsepower. This is the option for you to be able to polish at 30 hertz or to be able to polish it at 100 hertz. It soft starts it. It has amperage overload. It has a torque. It's got some kind of torque boost. I don't know how to explain it other than it's like a flyweight. It keeps it just rolling. It keeps it running. Okay, these bearings, these 4-bolt flanges, there's one on each end here. Grease these about once a month. On the bottom of this linear shaft, up under here, there's a grease cert. Grease that frequently and put a lot of grease in it. On the bottom of the 10 horsepower motor, these 2 J-bolts to tighten it up and get your belt straight. On this 2-foot pulley, there's a chain here and a chain bolt here, pardon me. There's 2 chain bolts to tighten this thing up and an idler sprocket to keep it on there straight. The sprocket, the gearbox is dry. There's one thing over here I'd like you to look at. This is overhead crane wire. It's got the data cables, the 3-phase in it, it's shielded. This box is made to either be bolted to the wall, or bolted to the floor, or bolted to the ceiling on top. Okay, this table has a chain right here. It's sandwiched. The gearbox is sandwiched. You loosen these 4 bolts and use a pry bar to keep the chain tight. This is your air swivel. There's one bearing greaser here. These should be greased at least once or twice a week. This one, once a month or so. There is a bearing on the inside here that needs to be greased once a month or less often. That's the Nord 1 horsepower motor with the idler sprocket. It's got a brass bushing. The air runs from this swivel through this shaft, and there's an air swivel on the end of here that comes up so that you're able to clamp the table down. Bearings here, I would suggest greasing them daily. If you miss a day or two, that may be okay, but I grease these often to keep the grease cool and any grease that breaks down to replace in these 2 bearings. The rest of them aren't as important as these 2 are. This is the handle. You can either loosen it to lower it, raise it, put it behind you. And it's made to be tightened down quite a bit. It's pipes thick. This is the on-off switch. That's your emergency stop. This is a ramp so that your gloves are less likely to break. The speed control for the arbor. This channel iron right here, if you take this pipe off, you could pick it up with your fork truck if you need to service it. cut for the rear